Hello everyone, I'm Sign1News anchor Martha Anger. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Leaders from around the world are outraged after a deadly Russian bomb attack on a maternity and children's hospital in Ukraine. They're describing the attack as horrifying and wicked. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky says the bombing is proof of a genocide and repeated his call for NATO to declare a no-fly zone over the country. What's perhaps most shocking about the attack is that it happened during what was supposed to be a ceasefire proposed by Russia. Inside the hospital, rescuers are now in a frantic search for survivors. White House Press Secretary Jan Psaki issued this tweet slamming Russia's claim of the U.S. making chemical weapons in Ukraine that caused deadly outbreaks of disease and killed local livestock. U.S. officials say the story is false, but that has not stopped it from circulating on social media. It has been repeated and shared across social media from Facebook to Twitter to Telegram. And it has now become a key claim in Russia's misinformation campaign justifying the invasion of Ukraine. As millions of dollars in support are pouring in from all over the world to help Ukraine, the Better Business Bureau is issuing a warning about charity scams. Here are some tips from the BBB to avoid falling for a scam. Number 1, ask questions like, can the charity get to the impacted area? Is the charity experienced in providing emergency relief? Be on the lookout for red flags like exaggerated financial claims and fraudulent websites. Make sure you have an understanding of blockchain and crypto before sending cryptocurrency. And if you're sending money by booking through Airbnb, make sure you're booking from a legitimate host. And if you really want to give, the BBB says you can go to this website to check out all of the supporting charities that are helping out Ukraine right now. The dating app Bumble is discontinuing operations in Russia and its ally Belarus as well. That means it won't be possible to download the app from Apple and Google Play stores in both countries. Ironically, Bumble reportedly received help from the Russian social networking site Badoo to get started. But a recent Bumble tweet says, "We stand with women everywhere, every day." Black Panther director Ryan Coogler had an unfortunate altercation with police in Atlanta recently. It happened at a Bank of America where Coogler went to withdraw $12,000 from his account. According to the police report, Coogler wrote a note on the back of his withdrawal slip asking the teller to count the money in the back of the bank, not at the front counter. The bank teller thought Coogler was trying to rob the bank. Someone called 911. Police arrived, placed Coogler in handcuffs, and two of his colleagues who were waiting for him were detained and put in the back of a police car. They were all released after Coogler's identity was verified. Bank of America issued a statement deeply regretting the incident and apologized. Coogler says this situation should never have happened. However, Bank of America addressed it to my satisfaction, and we have moved on. A Florida state trooper is recovering after sacrificing her own safety to protect thousands of runners from a suspected drunk driver in a speeding car. It happened just off Tampa's Sunshine Skyway Bridge, where thousands were participating in a 10K run benefiting military families. Authorities were alerted to a driver who sped through traffic cones and road closures, heading directly towards the race. That's when Master Sergeant Tony Shook bravely used her patrol vehicle as a barricade, stopping the speeding suspect head on. Take a look. Wow. Both Shook and the suspect were injured, but are recovering. The driver is now facing multiple charges, and race organizers thanked Shook for going above and beyond the call of duty to keep them safe. Does anyone remember the famous iconic hippie bus? The Volkswagen bus? The VW bus was transportation for large families decades before the minivan was invented, and it became a cultural icon associated with the hippie movement of the 1960s. And it was so loud. Now take a look at this. The iconic VW bus is back, but this one is fully electric and very quiet. It's called the VW ID Buzz. Just like the original, the engine is in the back, and it will come in two-tone paint. But there will be no leather on the inside. Instead, there will be a leather substitute, and all the fabric will be made from eco-plastics. It will go on sale in Europe later this year, but no word yet on how much it will cost. But I do want to share with you guys a little story about the VW. You see this picture here? Well, both pictures actually. My entire life I grew up riding around in a VW bus. My dad owned several. He had three actually. The first one was in 1961. That's the one in red. The second one was in 1962. It was yellow. And the third one he bought in 1993. Now, the first VW, I've got a lot of memories of that one. My dad and my whole family would get in it and just travel. We go to South Miami for camping. Now, that first VW, it actually caught on fire, and we all had to escape that one. So my dad went ahead and bought a second one. And again, we traveled all over in that VW bus. We went to hippie festivals and concerts, and my dad would always take me. You see that picture there on the right? My dad and I, we look like twins. And the bus is behind us. We would go to hippie festivals in that one in South Miami. That VW bus gave me so many awesome memories. There was music and dancing. We had a dog. We would travel. We would go camping, all in that bus. And now there's a new VW bus. It's electric. I am so tempted. I really, really want one. I really want that new VW bus. So back to the first two. The first two VW buses had a little camper on the top with a little sunroof, which is really cool. The third one didn't have one, but we still went everywhere in it. Unfortunately, the first one caught fire, the second one broke down, and we sold the third one. Oh, I really miss the flower child era. Hey, you guys want to buy me the new one, please? Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. Then this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a live panel of diverse guests to discuss the hot topics of the week. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Oh, wait a minute. And one more thing I want to show you. I want to show you something. See, I told you I'm a huge fan of the VW bus.